How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Benji's Vlogs and Whatnots. I am Benji. What a day today has been. I've just been to a funeral service for someone that I worked with. I'm not going to give details away, but let's just say that she was one very wonderful woman to work with and very warm, to say the least. It is a very sad day, to say the least. So I've just got back to the car because, yeah, you guys know how services and all that work, so I'm not going to get into detail about it. It is really puts things into perspective on how much we let go of time and everything else in between, in such ways on how much we don't live our lives to the fullest. How we, a lot of the time, oh, we'll do it tomorrow, we'll do it next week, we'll do it in a month. Tomorrow's never guaranteed. A week's never guaranteed. This sort of thing really puts things into perspective, and I do apologise for putting such a damper on the start of this video. But in saying that, guys, we are going to go do a couple of little stops before we head off home. First, we need to go and get some food. Second is to go and get medication. So, yeah. We're going to go and do those two before we head off home and everything else in between. Well, at least we got one of the two things sorted out today. Or I should say 2 of the 3 things that we got sorted out today. We do have to go down to the chemist again tomorrow because they didn't have the full 3 items that we needed for the script to be filled. So we are going to have to go back again tomorrow and basically collect the scripts once they are fulfilled. So in saying that, it is time for us to basically sit on our asses for the next couple of hours and enjoy the rest of the day for what it's worth. And I'm about to get Miss Baxter out if she decides to, as you would say, want to come out of the cage, because she's been a little bit, as you would say, pedantic as always. That is definitely one of her favourite little things to do, is sit in the cage with the door, as you guys can see, wide open. But that's alright. If you're wondering, most of those are all fake eggs, except for this one right here. You can tell the colour difference between the fakes and the real. The real's more of a pinkish colour, and the other ones are more of just a solid white. So yeah, she laid that one yesterday at lunchtime right in bloody front of me, the cheeky little bloker. Got her out of the cage yesterday morning and she was basically squawking and carrying on. I was wondering what the hell is going on with this girl. This sort of behaviour is usually meaning that there's an egg coming, and to be honest, it wasn't far off being the bloody truth, because at about lunchtime, or either just before or just after 12, I saw her sitting in the corner and she was all like this. And basically had a bit of a gandering. Well, she was laying a bloody egg right in front of me. So, fancy that. But on a side note though, guys, it's bloody cold. Jeez, friggin' Louise. Doesn't exactly help that I'm down the back here with the bloody, without a jumper on. Just got to come down and cut a couple more pieces of wood for up in the fire, because we're running a bit low yet again. So we're going to come down and cut up some wood. Get a couple of big pieces so that we can run it during the night. So yeah, never bloody ends, this stuff, I tell ya. Never ends. That warmed us up. It doesn't get any bloody easier though. Whew. Depending on what I'm doing during the day. That hurts the gut. Need to find an easier way of doing it. I thought about getting one of those bloody electric bloody log splitters and just bloody put it in and push a button. But I do like swinging an axe. I think that will do just fine for the time being. Time to take it upstairs and put some next to the fireplace to dry out, because some of these are still a wee bit wet. You can tell with this one just here, it's still a wee bit wet. Same with some of those there. Some of these are a wee bit wet just along there. Definitely needs a dry out. I have said this once before. It's a bonus about having a fire inside. You can lay a couple around the base of the fire because it doesn't produce that much heat, but enough to, as you would say, warm something up. It basically dries it out as the fire is going, which is what I love about having the fire inside. It is still pumping out pretty well. We have closed up some of the curtains up there, especially with that door right there. It helps keep the heat in. Having all those finely cut little pieces of wood does make the fire last a little bit longer during the day, and we can have those big pieces on at night. So that's why I do it quite a lot. Go and cut up a couple of those big pieces down to a decent wrist size, so that we can have this going the way it is, like so. That's a big reason why I keep going down and cutting wood. Saves me old man doing it and busting a hump. That's the value of looking after your family, especially the ones that are getting a bit long on the tooth. I don't mean to say that in a bad way, but you know, mum and dad, they're starting to slow down. They're starting to get to the point where they can't do a lot of things. And again, I'm not meaning that in a bad way, it's just the truth. Yeah, I might have an umbilical hernia, but that's not going to stop me from, you know, going down and chopping up some wood for kindling or for wrist-sized wood so that we can burn it a little bit longer during the day. And yes, you guys are going to see quite a lot of me doing that in the next however long that we're going to have winter and everything else in between. I will keep on doing it, so until, well, we don't really, or we can't really do it anymore. So the message of this video in particular, guys, is don't take things for granted, because tomorrow is never guaranteed, and basically something can pop up that will put a damper on one's mood and everything else in between and mentality. From what I got from the service today is the person that has passed away, she was in her early 70s, and let's just say that the body caught a certain C word and basically it was downhill from there. But it didn't stop her from doing the things that she wanted to do, because there's really two ways you can basically live with that. Is you can sit on your ass and mope around about it and basically waste the time that you've got by sitting in the chair and just being bent out of shape. Why me, why me? Or you can do what this woman did and basically say, you know what, I'm not going to let it stop me from doing the things that I want to do. Because she was quite a travel bug, so she did get a couple more vacations or holidays away overseas before that time came, and it really opened my eyes that I need to save up a bit of cash and basically get over the fear of going overseas and basically doing that, because again, something could happen to me. Heart attack, aneurysm, the hernia could do something in particular, and that's basically it. Lights out and everything else in between. So you got to make the most of what you got, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. Because I have come to realise something. I have looked back on a couple of videos that I have done, and I realise that I have been in this room. I haven't really been doing much. I am starting to get that mentality of this is a safe zone, I need to be in it and everything else in between, but I need to get out. I need to go do something, even if it's something that I've done before. I need to break the mold, and I know I keep saying it, and it is a very difficult thing to do, especially for a guy like me, because people, as I said 2 videos back, I've got a different point of view on a lot of people, and there is a lot of trust issues there, as you guys can imagine, but, you know, I need to get over that. I really do. I need to focus on understanding that not every person is going to be out there to get me. So I reckon we'll go for a walk in the next couple of days to stretch the legs, because we, as you can imagine, been sitting in this bloody thing for God knows how long. So I think that's what we're going to do. We'll go for a walk, try and go for a walk somewhere different than the walkways that we've done in the past, or even go for a walk and pay more attention to the environment. I think that might be a good idea. I do have one place that's just popped into my head, so hopefully we can go down there and things are looking good and everything else in between. So in saying that, guys, I am going to be sitting back and planning on basically a few things to mold over and everything else in between. So it is, as you would say, an evidentiary for now, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I do apologise, it was a bit of a damper one on this one. It's just one of those things that is out of our control. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. As always, keep it cheesy.